welcome back, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, comment below, and like this video for more content. Anyway, moving on to the video. Today I decided to participate in the Flight Attendant Tag video. I haven't been tagged, but I wanted to give you guys a chance to get to know a little more about me and that flight attendant lifestyle. I will answer the 10 questions that everyone is asking. I also did a little research with more flight attendant tag videos and saw some extra questions. I'll probably label them as the bonus questions. I do have my notes here. So, question number 1, where are you based? I am based in New York City at LaGuardia Airport. LaGuardia Airport is a national airport. It's not an international airport. National meaning that most of the flights, majority of the flights leaving there are domestic. They're state to state, maybe Canada. Number 2, what's your favorite layover city and why? I'm a regional flight attendant once again, so my layover cities are basically domestic, so they're most likely in the United States. So the 3 M's are Minneapolis, Memphis, and Miami. Memphis is number 1. But I chose Memphis because that's the place where when I get there, I can travel by myself. Like, I went to Memphis twice with an overnight. And the first time I went down to Beale Street all by myself. I went through the street, got me some seafood, sat at the bar, watched them do a little jazz show, had me a little drinky drink. Minneapolis, because our hotel that we stay at is across the street from the Mall of America. Now, last time I went there, I went across the street to the Mall of America and shopped till I dropped. Didn't have no space in my luggage, so I came back on a plane to work with shopping bags because I always take my tiny rollerboard, the half size. You know how people have the full size, the 22-inch, I believe? I have the half size, and I always take that because my clothes are tiny. I can fold them up small and still have space. But not knowing that I was gonna shop in Minneapolis, I filled up my suitcase with stuff and then had to carry the rest. Miami, who doesn't love Miami? I have family there, and you can do a whole lot all by yourself. Question number 3 is, how long have you been a flight attendant? I have been a flight attendant. Today is June 29th. I have been a flight attendant since August 14, 2017, so it makes 10 months since I have been a flight attendant. Question number 4 is, what is your biggest flight attendant pet peeve? Now, I know that many flight attendants can agree with my pet peeves, and we can go on and on and on about the pet peeves, but my top 5, I'm sure there's something else to top these top 5, but my top 5 would have to be, there's passengers that come on board, they ask you to do something, maybe put their bag in the closet in the front, and they will go, oh, but on the other flight they let me do that. Does this look like the other flight to you? But I hate when people do that, compare what happened on a different flight to this flight. What happens on mainline can't always happen on regionals. Number 2 would have to be when people walk to the bathroom with no shoes. Or even walk up the aisle with no shoes. Now that bathroom, I will have to say, is disgusting. It's always wet on the floor. You don't know if it's urine, water, or whatever. And I'm sure they're going in their house with all the germs they picked up from different countries, maybe different states, and bring them into your house. My 3rd pet peeve is when people reach in the cart for whether it's snacks, drinks, or napkins. Do not reach in my cart. If you ask, I will give it to you. I'm not one of those flight attendants that care if you ask for multiple snacks. I will give you whatever you want. Do not reach in my cart. Another pet peeve would have to be when people move their seat without asking me. Now, we keep the back row empty. The gate agents keep that empty. I just recently found out that we keep it empty just in case there is an emergency. We can move our able-bodied persons to that seat without having people switch seats. Not saying that every time will be an emergency, but when the flight is not full, we keep that back row empty. Now, people always find their way back to that back row, and they do it so sly, like they don't even want you to know. So then when they sit over there, they turn their back towards the aisle. So when you walk past, it's like they're invisible, but we see you. We know the row is supposed to be empty. We see you come and sit in that row. Also, okay, so there was this guy yesterday, actually. He was sitting in the comfort section, Comfort Plus, and I was in the first class doing first class service. I saw all my passengers. I give them pre-departure drinks. I had 11 passengers, 1 empty seat. Now, I seen this guy in that Comfort Plus seat right there in the aisle the whole time, the whole entire time. I took everyone's drink order already because it was a quick shuttle flight from LaGuardia to DC, which is like 45 minutes. So I took everybody's drink on the ground before we took off. When I go to the back of the plane actually to do a cross check with my other flight attendant, I come back and find out this guy is sitting in first. Sir, if you would have just asked me, I would have said yeah. Just don't do it behind my back. That's all. That's all I ask. Don't do it behind my back. I promise, whatever you ask me, I will say yes. Question number 5. What is your favorite thing about being a flight attendant? My favorite thing would have to be the flexibility to do what I want. You get 11 days off a month, so that is one. Number 2 is going to new places. Obviously, it's everyone's favorite thing. And I will also say how easy the job is. The job is so easy. Like, I never knew I would have such an easy job in my life. I literally get up, hand out some drinks and snacks, and go to the back and occasionally come through for trash and doing compliance checks. If there was an emergency, then we're doing safety procedures. But other than that, it's so easy. Question number 6. What did you do before becoming a flight attendant? Before becoming a flight attendant, I was a 911 operator and dispatcher for the New York City Police Department. I was a dispatcher for 3.5 years. Although I did like the job, I began to dislike the job. I wanted to change. I did not want to stay there forever. It was great money, but I had to go. My time has come. Although I did love dispatching, rather than call taking, I loved dispatching. But I had to go. Spread my wings. Question number 7. What made you decide to become a flight attendant? Now, I am one of these people that never wanted to be a flight attendant. I never really thought about the career as a flight attendant. Sure, I traveled a lot and seen the flight attendants, but I never thought twice about them or what they did. So one day I was reading one of my fiction books, and the main character and her best friend / roommate was flight attendants. Now I'm reading this book and then I see a little bit of their lifestyle in the book, and I was like, I wonder what that lifestyle is like. So I went on YouTube, Facebook, Google, everything to research the lifestyle of a flight attendant, and what do you know, it was this whole thing about flight attendant lifestyle on YouTube. So I watched so many bloggers blog about the flight attendant lifestyle, fell in love with it, and then I applied to mainline and I think 2 regionals. The first thing that hit me back was the regional, and I went with it. Literally got hired in like a week, 2 weeks top. That's how I decided to become a flight attendant. Question number 8. What is one product or thing you have to have on your layovers? The only thing I need to make sure I have on my layovers would have to be my laptop. That is the only thing I really need is my laptop. And if I don't have my laptop, I need the iPad. That's the only thing I need on my layovers, because I watch YouTube the entire time on my layovers or catch up on shows. And if I don't have my laptop, I do the same thing on my iPad. Question number 9, what has been the most challenging part about being a flight attendant? So my most challenging part would have to be the fact that since it's summer now, when all the interesting things are happening with your friends, family, or whatever, I'm stuck in the air. And sometimes I just feel like I just want to come back home at the end of the night. Like, I will do turns. I'll do those turn trips, go, come back, and my day is finished. But sometimes the overnights be like, oh, I really wanted to be home. There was this one time during Christmas, my friends had a Christmas exchange, Secret Santa thing, and I thought I wasn't gonna be used that day because I was on reserve. Thought I wasn't gonna be used, and they used me, and I had an overnight trip. Couldn't do the Secret Santa. It's basically the only thing that's challenging about this job to me. Question number 10. What is the best advice you can give a new hire or aspiring flight attendant? I will have to say, save your money. Like everyone tells you, save your money before you come, because that I hate to sound like everybody and repetitive. It is no joke coming into this job. Luckily, I left my job at 911 making money. I had checks still coming when I went through training. I had my money, so I was good. So it helped me, you know, transition into this. But save your money. I hear it gets better when you have a line, but I haven't gotten a line yet. So I don't know. I would tell anyone aspiring to be a flight attendant, basically, just go straight to mainline. If you're in it for the money, go straight to mainline. Do not go to regional, because regional's money is basically cut in half from mainline. Whereas mainline, they start at, I want to say $28, $29, $30 an hour. Regionals start at $18, $19 an hour. Mainline goes up to like $68, $70 in 10 years, 13 years. Regional goes up to $30, $33 in 10, 13 years. If you're in it for the money, go to mainline. If you're in it for just the lifestyle, you don't need the money, regional. Especially my regional, we work for 3 carriers. So I get benefits on all 3, Delta, American, and United. So those benefits do come in handy. When you can't get on American, I can get on Delta. If I can't get on Delta, I can get on United. And only thing is you get your buddy passes for your immediate family, basically. Now, some bonus questions that I also seen while doing this research for this video would have to be, what was the toughest thing about training? To me, I didn't find training very tough, because me coming from 911, that was tough. Their training was harder than this. Sure, we're learning more safety related stuff, but they don't want you to fail. I always told everybody that. I said they don't want you to fail. They want everybody to pass. So it's not tough for me. If you're not a good test taker, then that may be tough for some people, but I was a good test taker. I didn't have to study. Everybody studied, and when they studied and I would study with them, I would tell them, okay, I'm leaving at 10 o'clock p.m. Every night when we study, and I said, I'm leaving at 10 o'clock p.m. to go to sleep. Everybody else will pull all night of study, and not me. I needed my sleep. That was the most important thing to me, was sleep. The toughest part maybe would have to be being away from home. My training was 3.5 weeks. That was probably the toughest part when everything was happening during the summer, because I had training in the summer. Another bonus question was, how do you balance relationships and work? Now me, I am engaged to my fiance, and at first he wasn't so understanding about the flight attendant lifestyle, but like literally I would sit there watching YouTube videos all the time. So he was right there watching YouTube videos with me. He understood the lifestyle more because he was watching the lifestyle with me, and I had explained everything he saw to him. Now me, I'm a person that likes space sometimes, so I don't mind being away. The only thing that ticks him off would be, okay, so if I told him I have a 2-day trip, I'm coming back tomorrow at such and such time, and I don't come back at that time, it pisses him off. If I tell him I got a 4-day trip and we're coming back this time at 5 p.m. on the 4th day, and I don't, and it probably get extended to another day, that makes him mad. He'd rather know when I'm coming home. But it's easy, like, we basically live together, so that's how I balance it. We're always together. When I come back, you miss each other more, and that's how I balance relationships and work. Another one, a bonus question would be, who are your flight attendant inspirations? Now, I love fierceness. I love the pretty passenger. I do love traveling with T. I love Alexia Nicole. I love Taylor Travels, Ashley Smith, Let's Journey, Life by Francisco, and Fly with Stella. Now guys, once again, I will tell you to subscribe. Click that red button below, or is it here? Like, comment. If you have any other questions, drop them below. I can do a part 2 if there's different questions. And see you guys next time.